Welcome to Midlife Madness, where we get unfiltered and brutally honest about our midlife years. All right, team, let's talk about the dreaded holiday season while you're trying to be in to
That time of the
survive
year.
your healthy journey. Yes.
Listen, I know that I am not the only one that for years, because when I was young, this didn't matter. When you're in your 20s and even into your 30s, you can go crazy for a weekend and
Yeah.
it's fine.
You don't even think about it.
You
There's
don't
still
even
a
think
side
about it.
too.
And
Yeah.
now that I'm not in my 20s and 30s and haven't been for a hot minute, it's it's scary almost
Yeah.
to think of how you're going to handle all this food at all these holidays, especially, somebody like me that I've been struggling with my weight over the past couple of years until I got a bunch of stuff straightened out. The holidays were scary because I knew that if I bought an outfit for Thanksgiving, I wouldn't be able to wear it 2 weeks later for a holiday party because the weight just sticks to you, right? So it's, it was something that would kind of stress me out a little bit. And I've had to kind of talk sense into myself, right? Because I have new coping strategies and I have new ticks and new tricks and tips. And we've all learned so much over the last couple of years in our journey in Inspire as well to help our clients and, to help women our age get through it and be successful.
So how do you
So
cope with it, Dr. Marty? What are your personal tips?
my personal my personal tips and tricks is when whatever, and this is super easy, and it goes back to the same thing of, you know we've always been told, and I know that you guys, everybody's heard this: don't go grocery shopping while you're hungry,
Simple, right?
right?
How many times have you heard that?
All your, for a long time you've been
Yeah.
hearing, don't go to the grocery store while you're hungry because you're going to throw all kinds of crap in your cart that you don't need, that you weren't there to get, that's not good for you. You're going to give into temptation, right? You're going to go through the aisles and just grab. So
You're Spanish, you're gonna get that Cuban bread and eat it while you're shopping.
while you're shopping, the croquetas,
Hey,
you
listen, the
get the thing of
Italians do the
croquetas and
same
you eat it in
thing.
the car on the way home. So one of the things that I personally do now before I go to an event, before I go to a party, and most of the time this stuff doesn't just pop up. You know that this is happening, right? It's not news that you're gonna have that Thanksgiving is on Thursday. This is that we know this. So I prep leading up to it, right? So I make sure that the couple of days before I eat super duper healthy. I get some extra walks in. I hydrate, especially if there's going to be alcohol consumption happening during the main event. So hydrate, start hydrating now. You could hydrate ahead of time, right? On the day of, I am planning on having a super healthy breakfast. Normally, I skip breakfast because I do an intermittent fast. But on Thanksgiving Day, I'm planning on having a protein heavy, healthy breakfast. And I'm going to start drinking some electrolytes early in the morning, my water with my electrolytes. I'm probably going to go for a walk before I start getting ready. And then I'm going to eat something before I go to the party, right? So I'm not saying I'm going to have a whole meal. Obviously, I'm going to go out to dinner. I just don't want to get there and be starving. So I'm going to plan ahead by probably having, honestly, a salad, just some greens, just something in my stomach, so that when I get there, the first thing in my belly isn't some kind of carby appetizer.
And there's a lot of them on Thanksgiving.
And there's a lot of them, and we
Yeah.
enjoy them and we love them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, we know and we've learned that your body will prioritize your calories and your digestion based on what you first put in it, right? So you don't want to start your digestive process with carbs. You want to slow that down so that you don't have as many blood sugar spikes. And so I'm probably going to have a salad before I leave.
Yeah.
That's good. How about you, Dr. Donna? What's
So
your favorite tip?
I'm pretty much similar to Dr. Marty. I've actually focused this week. Today's what, Tuesday. Um, you know, getting on my regular regimen, and I don't eat too terribly through the week, and I'm pretty not restrictive but healthy. with my meals. And I do the intermittent fasting as well, and I'm hydrated. I even have my water here um with it. But I will tell you that I've already pre-thought out my game plan in my head.
Mhm.
I'm the baker in the family. And so for me, that works out great because after I've baked some things, I don't want to eat it.
Yeah.
I don't want to eat it. The sweets is what like really does a lot of people in also. I will try it. And so what I do, I don't recommend you do this with strangers. I go to my family members' plates and say, I want a bite, and I'll take a bite to try it. But I won't eat like a whole slice of pie or not because I want to deprive myself, but because I just want to taste it. Um,
I have a vision. Have you seen that extra long fork that is
yes, I
all over
have
social
actually. I
media?
was,
You
I
can
mean, that's
taste
not
the
a bad
conversation.
idea, but
Maybe we
I,
need to hand this out to our clients all week.
I'm in the kitchen a lot, so I'm very active with it. I will definitely have something for breakfast, similar to what Dr. Marty said, protein heavy, because I don't want to go there starving. There's certain things that I want to have on Thanksgiving. I'm definitely like having the turkey. Um, a lot of the vegetables that we make aren't terrible. Um, some mashed potatoes. I'm not a big mashed potato person, things like that. But last year I did this. I took the family dog for the walk. I volunteered and I did that. And
Yeah,
I'm planning on doing the same thing. I took him for a nice long walk, provided it's not raining or super cold
snowing
or
or just
snow
yeah,
or ice or
awesome.
anything
Yeah.
like that. But staying active, like I make it a point when I finish my plate, I make a plate. I don't overfill it. I make it a point to remove my plate. I
Hmm.
don't sit there with an empty plate and pick on this and pick on that. I get up from the table. And whose ever house I'm at, I'll, maybe start putting some things away. Maybe I'll start doing the dishes. Maybe I'll start loading the dishwasher. Things like that. I move away from the table. And I know in my mind that any of that food that is on the table, I could make at any time of the year.
Mhm.
I don't have
Yes,
to have it all at once. And that's
that is
something really
correct.
important to keep in mind, okay? Because there's nothing on that table that you can't make throughout the year
As a treat at some other point
as a treat or
when
a
you're not on
healthier
program.
version of it.
Yeah.
Maybe cranberries. Maybe you can't get cranberries. And there's such a big misconception about the cranberries. If you add a lot of sugar to it, yeah, well, sure. But you can change that and make it into a healthier version. So there's nothing on that table that you can't make any time of the year and make it a healthier version. And
Oh,
so that's
perfect.
something really to keep in mind with. And let's talk alcohol. Everybody likes their glass of wine, cocktail, whatever the case may be. I have found that I used to be able to drink a whole lot more wine. I have found as I've gotten older, midlife, in my 50s, my body is not happy. I'm
Adulting
one
is
glass,
hard.
maybe two glasses, and
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
Because as you get older, your body has a hard time processing the alcohol.
Yep.
So you may want to eliminate that or just have one glass.
Yeah. Or alternate, right?
Yep,
We've heard this one too. If you're having one alcoholic drink, make sure you have, 8 ounces of water right after to go
yep,
along with it.
yep,
So what you feel with the alcohol a lot of times is the dehydration, right? So stay hydrated. Make sure that you are getting in your water. And also, if you're alternating, one alcoholic beverage and something with and a glass of water, there's only so much you could drink. Like there's only so many hours in the day, and so it will naturally curb your consumption, I find.
Yeah.
yep. It's
Well,
How
true.
about you, Coach Martha?
I don't think about it. I don't hyper think about the day, the food, the this and that. I'm not, it depends on the person, their personality and their food relationship. To me, like seeing all that food grosses me out. I just like seeing a whole plate of food like filled up like that, it grosses me out. I can't. So I don't really think about it. I don't I host, so I'm usually running around and for me, having these types of event is like a normal thing in my life. We have like impromptu family events all the time. So that's a minimum of 12 people. So
So
uh
you are a practiced
it's like for me, it's just like another day that we're getting together and I'm coordinating, I'm putting the things in order, that it has to have a flow. I'm more like into like the process of, I know it's crazy, but how the things have to be set up, you have to have the protein first and then the sides together. If my husband puts, one side over here and the protein over there, it doesn't make sense. You gotta put the protein in your plate first. Right? Like it has to be, we set up like a buffet style because we're so many people. So it has to flow. So my brain is more so about that than the food. And then I always wait last to get food for some reason. So and then when I see people like eating and all that food, it just kind of grosses me out. So I don't really think about it at all. I don't even plan for it, to be honest. I don't, I'm just not that person. But a couple things that I do at the moment in time is I usually load up with protein the most than the other sides. And I also like exercise beforehand if I have the time, and then go for an exercise after, like go for a walk or something after. Like I don't like the coma sensation in my body. I don't like the turkey coma or the carb coma, like laying or like I feel like I already feel the inflammation in my body like
mhm.
immediately. I don't like that feeling. So my brain goes to I don't want to sweat at night because I ate too many sugars and I drank wine. I don't want to be achy in my body. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. But also, I just don't worry about it. Like, I'm an adult, and if I want to take a day to stuff my face, then fine. I'm gonna make that decision and pay the consequences of it. And if I don't want to do that because I don't want to sweat at night and I don't want to feel inflammation in my body, then I don't. And this is like a very unpopular thing, and I tell that to my clients. I said, look, you know, it's it's a lifestyle program. It's one day a year. If you feel like you want to make the decision to stuff your face, and then take a couple of days after to recuperate, then that's your decision. It's a lifestyle program. So go for it, but just make sure you know that these are the consequences, and if you're okay with that, you're at peace with that, and you can regroup quickly and keep going quickly, then go for it. If you're one of those people that you stuff your face and you self-sabotage and now you can't get
Mhm.
yourself back together for another week or two, then don't even
Then don't do it.
don't do
Yeah, then
that.
don't do it.
So
Yep,
it's
don't do it.
very specific to the person. And I think people stress themselves out so much about this one freaking day of of food. It's like that can even be worse. Your cortisol levels are freaking high because you're so stressed out that all this food is gonna be in front of you. Stop stressing. Like let's calm down. It's one day. It's okay. You want to eat stuffing? Eat stuffing. You want to eat cranberry? Go for it. Enjoy your family. Enjoy. That's the way that you can really make sure that your lifestyle is a lifestyle. Life is going to happen. A birthday party is going to happen. A cruise is going to happen. This is going to happen. That's going to happen. The whole um thing is learning how to manage yourself when you're in these positions and enjoying life and in knowing how to keep going afterwards. That's fine.
Yeah.
So that's my take on it. You know, it's it's a day to enjoy with a family. And let me tell you that enjoying family doesn't mean stuffing your face with them. It can mean something else. It can mean great conversation. It
Right.
can be going on a walk with them. It can be having games. Like we like to do games in my family, so I already have a list of all like wacky games go on Instagram.
Well,
And
but all those things keep you active too
Yeah.
afterwards. So instead of
It,
stuffing your face and sitting down to a carbon food coma, you stuff your face and then you do something afterwards.
yeah.
And so that's part of the lifestyle though. And that's something that a lot of people don't do. A lot of people, the tradition is stuff your face and then sit down and watch football for
go
8
to
hours
Yeah.
sleep or go to sleep. That's
or
like
go
the
to sleep.
worst you can do. So like stay up and enjoy your family, but stop stressing about
Yeah.
it.
But
I
you know what, too? Those little games and activities that you do in between, it gives you time for your body to register and say, I'm full,
Yes.
right? And getting up, having something to eat, having protein heavy, and then getting up and doing something, it gives you that 20 to 30 minutes that your stomach can signal to your brain that you're full. And when you feel it, especially if you've been doing like the Reveal lifestyle program and you've
Hmm.
been eating really, really healthy, and this is a little off track, your body's going to let you know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Your body's going to let you know and say, no more.
Yeah.
They'll scream back at you. And you know what? To do like games with your family members is so out of the norm that these happy hormones start coming up. You're laughing, you're hugging with your family, your competitive nature is coming up. There's like other feelings that are coming up that you don't normally have time, you don't do during the year. You know what I mean? And it's so fun to see like your grandma, your mom, become this kid doing this game with you. We had a game last year where I got a whole bunch of cash. I got a bunch of like ones and tens and twenties, and I threw like $200 bills up there, and I scattered it in a big table, and we blindfolded our family. You should see my grandmother doing this,
I
and
could
they
I
had
can
to,
I can
Spatula,
envision that.
with a spatula.
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 The spatula, they had 30 seconds to pick up as much cash and put it in a basket. And whatever they put in their basket, they kept. So when my
Hmm.
grandmother was doing it, oh, and I threw some lottery tickets in there too. So when my grandmother was doing it, she didn't know that we were putting stuff on top of her spatula because she's blindfolded. She was like hardcore wanting to get these $100 bills and these lottery tickets. Like that kind of stuff brings life to your soul, more so than stuffing your face with food that you're gonna pay for later, right? But if you choose to do that, just free yourself, guys. Just free yourself
Yeah.
from all the stress, right?
So a couple of things. Okay, so we all have strategies, but they're all kind of the same strategy if you think about it. Okay? As Dr. Donna said, you're a grown-up. You can make this food any time of the year. So quit making the food the center of the universe in this
Hmm.
case. As all of us have said, load up with protein. Protein keeps you full. Protein keeps you satiated. You will not be wanting as much of the carby stuff if you're not hungry. Okay? So focus on the protein. That turkey, most people don't make turkey all year. So eat the turkey, eat the meats first, right? Um, it is a lifestyle, right? So what do you value? Enjoy the time with your family, play games, have fun, be active, right? I think all three of us said that. So if you're normally not the most active one, well, then you know what? Help clean up. Like we're not talking be active as in go run a marathon when you're
Yeah.
done with your Thanksgiving dinner. We mean don't sit
Ooh.
on the couch and vegetate entirely. Be involved, stay awake, go for a walk, play with your grandkids, be playful because that brings you happiness. And when you're happy, those stress hormones don't pop out as much, right? The other thing I'm going to say, if you are on a GLP-1, you know that this is not going to be a good day for you if you go crazy, right? So again, hydrate, maybe take some digestive enzymes if you're planning on going crazy with stuff that you know your body's not going to do well. Because I know people that get themselves into they start eating out of where they should be eating on some of these injections, and they end up in the hospital throwing up, dehydrated.
Yeah.
Like it's hardcore.
It's hard.
So,
Yeah.
so if you are on a GLP-1, please take extra care to, again, you can eat this food any time of the year. It doesn't have to be all at once in one day.
And if you are on the Reveal Lifestyle program and you decide to go for it, then make sure you do a protein day the next day.
Yep.
Yep.
And
Right?
just
And
be
allow
aware.
yourself 2 to 3 days to get back to fat burning mode.
Be
and
aware that it's going to take a couple. Yep.
And make sure to be honest with yourself, number one, and your health coach. If if you're doing a program, be honest with yourself, be honest with your health coach, because we're not going to judge you. We want to help you. We want to help you, get through that point and get you back on track, because it's hard. Sometimes it's hard because then you have the leftovers, right? Then you have the leftovers. And we want to help you get past that and get you back on track and not get you stuck in that roller coaster. Oh, I'm off track. I can't get back on. You can.
pack up
You
those
can.
leftovers. This is what I do.
Send them home.
Pack them up. Make
Yes.
sure, okay, stock your
Send 'em
pantry with a bunch of big Ziploc bags. And when everybody that leaves your house should leave with a bunch of food.
Yep.
What I do. I
100%.
just, like, by the time everybody leaves, there's no leftovers, and that's on purpose. And that's just also because my husband and I don't eat this stuff regularly. So, set yourself up for leftovers. Make sure you have what
And if you're a guest,
it out.
if you're a guest, don't take the leftovers. Just say, no, thank you. I probably won't eat this.
Yeah. And that's it.
Yeah. Don't overcook either. Like, just like, I mean, we're guilty of that, of just, preparing too much food. We've gotten a little bit, better at that. But just be intentional with all of these different things. I hope this helped you guys. We hope that you have an amazing holiday. And let me tell you, Christmas is around the corner.
Well, these things that we're talking about, all the things that we're talking about apply to pretty much like Coach
All
Martha
the
said,
holidays.
this is a lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
So this is really good practice for the rest of the holiday season.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's your choice.
Yep.
It's your choice on what you decide to do, but just know that you can get back on track, and it's just the one day.
Yeah.
Just the one day. Don't kick yourself in the butt. Don't, go on a depression thing just because of
Don't turn it into Thanks Christmas, right? Like one day.
Yeah.
It's Thursday.
Yeah.
don't turn it to Thanks Christmas. That's
It's true.
It's so true. All right, guys, we hope this helped you out. Listen, you're not alone. We're all on the same boat here. We're on the same boat. We will be doing all the things that you guys have to do as well. And so here we are to help you guys. We hope this helped, and until